Art, music, and physical education are content areas that are being de-emphasized or even eliminated from schools altogether. This trend is happening because these content areas are not on tests, so schools feel as though they are not as valuable or important to have in school, but this is not true. These content areas are as crucial as all the other areas to a well-rounded education for all students, especially ELL students. To deny ELLs and other students of art instruction is to deny them the opportunity to be educated. The arts are able to teach students reflection, high-order thinking, expression, communication, and the role of arts in developing skills valued in the workplace. PE is able to allow children to release their energy, get active, have fun, as well as practice social skills and team building. Many schools have reduced their PE programs because they feel as though it is not important as the other content areas. Many schools have even eliminated recess to make more classroom time for test preparation. This is not beneficial to students because they need time to exercise and release energy. When students are being active, like they are during PE class, they are allowing for more oxygen to their brain, which helps students to stay focused when in the classroom. PE helps students to gain important knowledge and skills necessary for success in life. A strategy that could be used in the classroom for PE would be modeled talk. Modeled talk is a concurrent verbal explanation and physical demonstration of directions or concepts. By implementing this strategy in the classroom, students are able to move around and get oxygen flowing to their brains to help them stay focused on their schoolwork while also getting exercise. Therefore, students will be able to retain the information that is being taught to them better and for a longer time. Art, music, and PE tend to carry less of a language demand than math, science, and social studies. ELL students are able to participate in these content areas more easily and quickly and excel in them from the beginning. Artistic, musical, and physical talents easily transcend language barriers. These content areas can allow for ELL students to bring strengths that can be built on immediately, whereas might not be the case for the other content areas. Teachers can make instruction in these content areas more comprehensible for ELL students with the support of literature and the use of other strategies similar to those suggested for math, science, and social studies. As a future teacher, it is important to continue to teach these content areas to students because they are needed in order for their success. If students do not seem to be spending enough time in these content areas, one could integrate these content areas into other content areas such as math, science, and social studies. Not only will the students be getting the experience needed for these content areas, but they might seem to enjoy the other content more as well. An example of a teaching activity that could be done when teaching students about the different kinds of cells in a science class could be to integrate art into the lesson. This could be done by allowing students to draw the different kinds of cells. Not only will students be participating in the art content area, but most will also be remembering the science content better than they would if the students were just to read about the different kinds of cells. By drawing these pictures, students are able to see what each cell looks like, what it contains, and the difference between all of the other cells. A few schools have started pushing a STEM system into a STEAM system: science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, because this would allow for this creativity of all students, as well as provide students with the opportunity to integrate arts into the education system and classroom. When assessing students' work in all content areas, it is important that the teacher ensures that the assessment is a valid measure of the student's knowledge of the content and not a measure of the student's language proficiency. Differentiated instruction can be used to help give all students a fair way to test their knowledge of the content area. For example, when giving students a math test with word problems, it might be easier for ELLs who lack sufficient English skills to give them objects and measurement tools to answer their problems. This way, the students are still able to show that they know the material, even though they are not showing it in the same way. Performance assessment should mirror the activities that students do while learning in each content area. This is important to follow because if it doesn't mirror what the students have learned, they will not be able to complete it successfully. Lastly, language objectives associated with each content area should be assessed by the use of informal assessment. Teachers should use ongoing alternative and authentic assessment with formal assessments to ensure that there are multiple measures of measuring the student's knowledge and